Time to Die is coming out in a couple of months. It was April, but now it's November. We're not going to get into this again. I did that last video, I should say. But this time we're going to be looking at my No Time to Die wishes. Now, before we get into this, first of all, guys, let me know your guys' James Bond No Time to Die wishes. I'd love to know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Are you looking forward to this film? What would you like to see in this film? Secondly, if you guys could leave a like, really does help out this channel a ton. And thirdly, these are not really predictions of what I'm going to see in this film. I am planning on doing a predictions video when the film gets closer to release date. So these are just things that I want to happen because the film is already finished, but these are just some things that we know, because we know very little about this film, but I think that's why I love this film. I'm so excited for this film because we know so little of this film. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this film is going to be the conclusion to Craig's era of Bond, his 10-year. This is going to be supposedly, so he says, and so article says, so the director says, his last on-screen performance as James Bond. So focus on this film. The James Bond films haven't really, like, Die Another Day doesn't hit anything of Casino Royale, because Pierce Brosnan was supposed to do another one and all that stuff. That's just a whole nother video. What I'm saying is focus just on this video. Don't try to set up, the other James Bond and who's going to take the mantle. Don't focus, let's say Idris Elba's the next Bond. You can give little glimpses of hints, but I think they should just focus on making a coherent and focused film, because I feel like if this film is just too crowded with, let's set up this film, let's set up this spinoff, let's set off this TV show, because everything nowadays, I think the Bond films have been doing really good, and also I really do think that if they just focus on this film, it'll be a much more, what I mean by just make this film its own film, is one of my least favorite parts of Spectre is it tied in Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall into Blofeld, Christoph Waltz's character. And I feel like why I think they're going to have hints to that. It looks like Blofeld is in this film. Don't do that. Don't try to tie in the film. Just have him go on an adventure. He has to stop Rami Malek's character, whoever he's being, which we'll get to actually in a second. And just focus on that. Don't try to be like, this film was actually related to Blofeld, and this is actually the son of Le Chiffre, or something like that. Just make a coherent story, kind of like the last one, and just focus on making its own. So the villain of this film, really, I don't really know what it's supposed to be. Rami Malek is a really great actor. For him to be a Bond villain, I think that's great. He looks amazing in the trailers. But who he's actually going to be is a bit unknown. People are going to say maybe he's going to be an iconic villain, maybe he's going to be a new villain. What I'm saying is make this villain more like the Craig Bond villains have been, Le Chiffre and Silver in particular. The one from Quantum of Solace, and I didn't really care so much about Blofeld and Spectre, but really make him like Le Chiffre and Silver. Of course, have his own different uniques and adjectives that separates him from Le Chiffre and Silva. But what I'm saying is give him a backstory, but make him down to earth. You can give him some over-the-top Bondy moments a little bit for sure, like Silver did. But I would say give him a motivation that we can understand. Don't just make him, I want money or I want to destroy the world. It looks like from the trailers he has a dark past with Bond or something, or he's trying to keep himself alive.
Die with your body. Mine will survive long after I'm gone.
In the trailer, so that's really it is what I'm saying, that he might want to do this. Whatever he's doing, make his motivations clear, make his motivations apparent to the audience, and maybe where we can connect to him, I think will make him one of the best Bond villains. So the actions in these films have been one of the best, especially Casino Royale has some of the best action scenes, not just in the Bond franchise, but in movie franchise history. The stunts in those films, Skyfall even Spectre had some really mind-blowing stunts. So with this one, it's gonna be the last film. I'm not saying go over the top, like Die Another Day or something like a really bad James Bond like that. Keep it grounded, keep it realistic, keep it in the world, but have some mind-blowing stunts where we can look 20 to 10 to 30 years later at the Bond franchise, if it's still going, which that would be insane if it is 30 to 40 years from now, and we can be like, yes, No Time to Die had some of the best villain, some of the best action sequences. It was one of the better finales of the 10 year for the Bonds, and I really think the way how this film is going to get people saying those exact words is going to be the action and the stunts. The stunts and action in these Bond films are some of the most iconic things. Even like the most unmemorable and really bad Bond films that aren't even good stunts, like Die Another Day, we remember Pierce Brosnan sliding on that water with that CGI green screen, even though it was bad. But we remember, that's one of the most iconic things. You just say Die Another Day and people remember that. It's not good. But even with some of the better stunts, you see Casino Royale, the one with Craig, easily the first thing they're going to remember is the parkour chase or the truck chase in that film. Because those scenes were so memorable and they were filmed great. Even Spectre had some really great moments, like the planes in the snow. Even Skyfall had some great moments, like the kind of Home Alone-ish fight at the end. So really have iconic stunts, action sequences. Now let's talk about James Bond, and really a lot of people are saying there's this big debate, should he die, should he not die? You know what, I don't think that they should kill him off, because this is his last film. Go with a bang, go out, he lives his happily ever after, because really, I'm probably going to make a video about this in the coming weeks. Once the film franchise ends, that the continuity of, once we start a new series, the next Bond, the continuity of the Craig films won't matter. That's just the continuity of the Craig universe. I'm not gonna spend too much time because I am planning on making a video of this in a couple videos later on. I am actually planning on making a video talking about the Bond continuity and talking about how the world works and when you get the next Bond and all that stuff. But I'm not gonna talk about it here. I think Bond should have. The thing is, how it went down in Spectre, I thought was an interesting ending to go by. Have something like that. But if you are going to make his death worth it. Like, kind of like Logan and, well, the film Logan. First of all, Hugh Jackman's performance in that film was amazing. But that death was sad, but it was also fulfilling. You know, he did everything he could. He was feeling so much pain, and he was getting old. And also, another thing in this film showed his age. I don't want it to be like A View to a Kill when Roger Moore, and he was 60, but he was doing something in that 20. Yes, Craig is aging magnificent, but he is aging, so make him actually show that age, kind of like how Skyfall showed the guy's age. Spectre kind of just threw that age thing out the window, but I really do think you should really respect this character in people have been talking about the gadgets in these films for a while, and I say so. It looks like the Aston Martin has some guns, and maybe he has a watch or something. I'm not a massive fan of the gadgets. I kind of like this more of a serious world that these films have definitely built in, this more serious, more grounded universe that this film series has definitely built over the coming years. But definitely some gadgets will make this film feel more unique, and again will be on that talk radius and that talk category. This had the best gadgets. I'm not saying go insane with gadgets, but just have some things I would like to see in No Time to Die. What do you think of these? Let me know your thoughts down below. What would you like to see in a No Time to Die? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, you guys can hit that like button and subscribe to see more content like the one you just watched. You guys can check out my Instagram at Gen1_Daniel77. Link in the description. You guys can also check out my podcast, the Tweets and Pop podcast I do every single Tuesday morning with a friend of mine. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Gen1 out.